Top 10 Harms of Comprehensive Sexuality Education. The United Nations wrote the International Guidance for Sexuality Education, which guides national governments on how to implement comprehensive sexuality education, or CSE for short. Thankfully, the Singapore government has resisted the United Nations concerning CSE. So what's so harmful about CSE? Harm number 1, 9 to 12-year-old children must learn sexual stimulation. Quote, people have a sexual response cycle, whereby sexual stimulation can produce a physical response. Describe male and female responses to sexual stimulation. Mere awareness about arousal without the skill of self-restraint and calming down leads to heightened sexual curiosity. Harm number 2, 5 to 8-year-old children must define family to include same-sex unions. 5 to 8-year-old children must be able to quote, describe different kinds of families, example, non-traditional families, express respect for different kinds of families. Children are taught that all family structures are equally good, which results in affirming same-sex parenting. This sets a foundation for other LGBTQ ideologies to be taught later on. Harm number 3, 9 to 12-year-old children must affirm transgender ideology. Quote, acknowledge that everyone has a gender identity, appreciate their own gender identity and demonstrate respect for the gender identity of others. This means that children must believe in these gender identities as legitimate identities. Classrooms will become spaces that affirm gender identity. Harm number 4, 12 to 15-year-old teenagers must learn non-penetrative sexual behavior. Quote, recall that non-penetrative sexual behaviors can be pleasurable. Teenagers should not be taught non-penetrative sexual behavior as a means to mitigate harms from having sex. Given that teenagers struggle with their hormonal impulses, the opportunity for sexual arousal should be minimized. Harm number 5, 15 to 18-year-old teenagers must become LGBTQ and abortion activists. Quote, advocate for local and national laws that support human rights that impact sexual and reproductive health. These laws include, quote, sexual orientation, gender identity, abortion. This is taught as both knowledge and a skill, which means that teenagers must be trained to become activists. For our full top 10 harms, download our ebook, brought to you by nocse.sg.